What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today we actually got the new update with all of the nice stuff. Void Campaign 6th Island is finally there. Didn't really do too much, to be honest. I played one stage, a lot of people actually did. Second stage is Valkyrs, quite annoying. Main problem for that being that I don't really have sublimations on my Star Swordsman Mockman. And as you know, Star Swordsman Mockman is incredibly good against Valkyr stages, because you can take out a few of those Valkyrs, hit them a bit with maybe an LFA or something, and then you're good to go, because like the difference is actually quite insane. I mean we can show one fight. I don't have any heroes set up, so we won't have any artifacts or anything, so let's just throw them in there. It's not going to work at all. But the difference in damage between like a Valkyr and the Flame Strike is super insane. Like it's stupid insane. Every time we see one of those heroes, we get like 1.3 billion damage hit. If they hit us, it's like 30k damage. Barely moving a shield, actually moving the shield in the opposite direction, which is incredibly funny. And yeah, it doesn't work at all. Doesn't work at all. And even those active skills, look at the shield. Didn't even hit them, I think. They don't really do any damage. And they have a ton of life, which is in itself a bit of a problem. So, yeah. Damage-wise, quite insane. HP-wise, quite insane. I think we can go a little bit further. Though, I was surprised to hear Jesus say that those enemies really increase in health. He's apparently stuck at the next Valkyr stage. And I think I will make another video about that. But that's another thing. Realm's Gate, Void Corruption, 141 is now possible. Enemies have Divine Power there. On 141 they have 1 Divine Power. It's a little bit interesting. But what we are trying to go for today, Broken Spaces. And we have like 30 million attack LFA. Going to use our Flame Shrine team and just going to attack those stages. Not much preparation done at all. Heard first stage is pretty easy. Second stage is rather insane. Beatable, but like takes a long time, which makes sense. Forces in there will destroy our damage. I don't really intend to counter anything in this attempt, just going to go straight on, pretty greedy with our Flame Shrine setup. Loot, I have to say, sucks a little bit. We have the 32k dust, which I mainly care about, and it's like 2k more than this, and on the last one it's 34k, so yeah, I don't know. If you compare, that's like 15.5k or something for one reroll of an Soulstone 6. So we get 2 rerolls here. And in itself, that's worth another video, because that entire system definitely needs a rework. But yeah, so I'm happy that we got more stages. We're just going to go in here. I hope I positioned the Aspen right. We are aiming at the Gloria, because she should be lowest life. On the next stage, it should be the Vulcan. I hope we target the right hero. I remember it being like slot 3 and 4 target like the leftmost hero, and then the other one is like slots 5 and 6. So yeah, if I'm wrong on that, that sucks a little bit. I had Gurky in this team, by the way, but given that he's nerfed, I put Olivia in there. That should be good. Okay, yeah, that worked. That's great. HP bar not really moving at all. That's interesting. A Gloria mark, also kind of a problem. Pretty strong mark, usually, at least in Void Campaign. Damage-wise, not too impressive. Okay, now it's moving. Okay, not really worried about that, given that we start really moving on turn 2 already. So shouldn't be too much of a problem. Energy feed isn't really disrupted, so we gain a little bit of attack as well. If Olivia targets the Gloria with decent success, then that's alright. Ooh, got the Dazzle there on the LFA. Hitting the EOS, that's annoying, but, well, what can we do? I have Attribute Reduction Purify actually on the LFA, so that sucks a little bit. I guess by turn 6 we should probably start doing some real damage on that Gloria, because we now hit the 60% probably in the next active skill. And that was no damage at all. Yeah, not really that great, I have to say. Let's see what happens here. I mean, we start punching through, but it's really rather slow, which, considering I heard the next stage has like 10 times the HP, well, has me a little bit anxious, I have to say. And next stage is a lot more difficult than this one, because, well, what do we have here? We have an EOS, we have a Gloria. That's not really that impressive. On the next one we have Forces, and Forces will really reduce our damage. Gloria down, which makes me hope that this still works out, because we have 6 more rounds. We have Endless Cane on the LFA, so we have high damage rounds coming up. And yeah, that looks indeed quite good. Heartwatcher marks stacking up there. So that should work. Dazzle doesn't really matter. And there we have it. The big kill, the one shot. Turn 11. At turn 11, E plus 15 damage needed. We're in a world of pain, I think, on the next one. Because next one will really suck. Okay, well, what was it? That's slot 3 and 4. And we are attacking... Okay, we want to attack the Vulcan because that is lowest life. Which is a little bit annoying. Because that's the damage dealer and that's the one reducing our damage. So, yeah. For one shot it would actually be better to target this guy. But I don't think we can hit him low enough. So, we're just going to go for the Vulcan and hope for the best. We could run Mark Purify. Would be an option. I will just not do so for the moment. We will see how that goes. Oh, it is the... Oh, it is the Forces lowest life. Then I probably looked at the wrong hero. Okay, that will be really bad for our damage. Thanks for that, I guess. Yeah. And the HP bar is not moving at all. And our Heartwatcher vanished. That's a nice trick. Didn't even really see her dying there. But given that, I don't think they really fixed the faulty attack animations. Was the damage of the Forces that high? Really? Oh, not I thought so. But it's... Ooh! Ooh! Damn, that's insane. That's insane. Wow! That was some real damage. Okay, we definitely have to adjust a little to that. I mean, we can't really keep running it like that. We could replace Olivia with DGN. That would be interesting. Let's do that. Okay, bit of an adjusted setup here right now. With DGN, put a mirror on her. And then we have like LFA. I put Mark Purify on all of them to get rid of the Forces mark. And, well, that's about it. Running DGN core is quite cool. So let's see what this can do. Also, we had not broken spaces. What is it called? My god, I forgot it. I always forget the name of this. Bloody hell. I'm so bad at this game. Balance strike. Balance strike. Back to early game help with me. Bloody hell. Changed the position of the LFA as well. I hope the Vulcan didn't change to be lowest life. That would suck indeed. Would not be that great. But we'll see about it. Might have been even better to switch DGN to slot 1. I will see. We will see about that. Now hitting the Forces, which is quite good. I think once this guy's dead, we'll have a lot less problems. They're actually doing some pretty insane damage. Would not have expected that, to be honest. Especially the Heartwatcher there got hit quite hard. That did like nothing. Just a bit weird. We'll see. Trying to reduce the attack of them a fair bit with the DGN. Because every time they hit her, she will definitely reduce their damage quite a bit. So we will see how well that works. Don't see too many debuffs though. Also don't see too much incoming damage, so I think that kind of works. It's looking kind of good. Using DGN, okay, now we saw some damage. That's good. Okay. I think that works. I think that works. Pretty much mitigated all of the damage they deal with Heartwatcher and DGN. Still have a little bit of damage here on the MFF and on the Heartwatcher, which hopefully our SQH will heal. And now I think there's the big active coming up. See about that. And that does nothing. Nice. Okay, problem solved here, I think. With the DGN multiplicating a lot of debuffs here. Now starting to do some real damage against the Forces. I think, like, if we think about it, we can... Oh, look at that. That was some mark damage there. That sucked. That was really a lot of damage. But this time, I think we can't really recover against the Forces, right? He does block our recovery a little bit. Interesting. Didn't really think about that. Our damage is still pretty decent. Pretty far off from a one-shot. Our Heartwatcher might die, which is not good, but I think at turn 12 it is alright. Damage-wise, we can obviously improve quite a lot. We can still get a lot of Divine Power. We can get our first Divine Power buffs now during Shishi event. I forgot how it is pronounced. And there our damage is gone now, which is quite bad, and we start getting hit, so we don't really get the damage on the last rounds. 7.89 E plus 14. I have no idea if that is even good. Didn't really look at any screenshots so far for this stage, so you can tell me in the comments if that was decent damage. I think we're just going to try again and see how that works out. Not a one ticket clear, I have to say. I was looking at the stats first and I thought like, it looks pretty easy to be honest. Like, not really insane. But here now, fighting those stages, the HP seems a lot higher than I expected. Which is weird. Which is definitely weird. Did you see that? Just outright one-shot our Heartwatcher there. Okay, that's bad. Last time that didn't happen. Although, well, then maybe... Hey, boys. Just gone. Maybe last time he didn't hit the Heartwatcher. That's bad if that Heartwatcher can just die instantly. That's really bad. We'll also lose us some active skills, which might not be too bad given that we have DGN giving us some more buffs. Then again, what are the buffs worth? They get removed by 4Cs. So I think having the Heartwatcher alive was quite important to our damage. Without her, we might run into some problems here. Damage is not really that high. We had some really high shots last time. I think once we get rid of the 4Cs, once we get rid of him, I think this stage is no longer difficult. There we just lost a hero randomly. Insane. Insane. That stage has a lot of RNG to it. I think we can optimize it a lot more though. Probably would have been good to run like a carry if I wanted more sustain, but I really want to go for the burst, so that's the thing. I mean, like, the probability of us doing some real damage with those tiny amounts of buffs here is pretty low. So that's not great at all. Probably going to get one shot pretty soon here. And yeah, not a good attack at all. First one was a lot better. Oh, and there you can see it, like hitting us into Unbending Will. Get another active, does nothing. And end up with 1.21. Ooh, that's bad. So now the question is, what do we really do about it? I tend to do a little bit of a change here. I kind of want to see, I think Crown should work on the Heartwatcher. I think I want to run a Crown because I want her to stay alive. I want to run, not a reset. Can we run a Crown, please? All damage reduction, 25%. Probably want to go for that. And then we will compensate with a little bit of a Demon Bell here. And I think 4Cs was hitting slot 1. Not quite sure. We swap that over to slot 1. And yeah. That's good. Okay. Let's try this time and see how well this works. Definitely a bit of a longer video, can't really deny, because this stage is quite difficult. Some people I saw used hundreds and hundreds of tickets, which I don't think we are in any vicinity to. I think we will be way closer to lower amounts of tickets. Oh, there we got our energy reduced. It's cute. And we could probably run like a second high tier hero or a high attack hero to avoid getting hit by the basic of 4Cs, because this basic targets highest attack, I think, and reduces all damage dealt. So yeah, not that great. Not really what you would want to see here. Still, like, this buff removing makes the damage so inconsistent. Makes me think a little bit about Star Expedition boss. Like, they plan to remove buffs or make him able to remove buffs. I think it would have looked a little bit like this. I think it would really have looked a little bit like this, which is incredibly stupid, because that would have sucked quite a bit. Like, we're doing no damage at all now. Didn't really change anything, still no damage at all. I think we just high rolled last time, I don't know. Oh, Wraec not looking all too healthy, some major damage coming in here, so that's not really great. Heartwatcher's still doing her best though, so I think the Crown kinda worked. Helped her through the early rounds. Then again, our LFA was pretty sad damage here. Which is not that great. Basic attack, didn't really need that. We're going to get hit by, yeah, quite a big active skill here. Moving our MFF into quite low life, killing off our Wraec. Oh, I think that's not... I don't know why we had such a high roll on the first attempt. I think we will have to improve this team quite a lot until we see some decent numbers. Which, I mean, in terms of stats and everything, we will do so pretty soon with the Shishi event, but other than that, okay, there was some decent damage. There was some decent damage coming on turn 12. Not sure really what the interaction is between Endless Cane and 4Cs, if you can remove the all damage dealt. Never really thought about that, to be honest. But those are now some things we have to think about. That's great, okay. Now we start to see some more damage, that's good. I think with the next attempt we might even be able to clear it with this one, obviously not, given that we don't get an active skill. But, well, while this attack was certainly bad at the beginning, it turned out rather well later. 1.23 E plus 15 is pretty major damage actually. So let's get rid of these 4Cs, and I think with the next attempt we can clear this entire stage. Or might even be able to clear this entire stage. Longer video than I anticipated. For sure, way more difficult of a stage than I had considered before. But I think the DGN really helps us mitigate a lot of the damage. You can clearly see the difference between the attempt before, where the Vulcan really punched through our team, and now where he basically does nothing. So I think that helped indeed quite a lot. Active skill here. I hope we get rid of this 4Cs rather early, because if we get rid of him later on, I don't think we will see the damage that we need to really clear this. So that's a bit of a thing. I think by turn 7 or 8, getting rid of him by then would be quite great. Before that, mostly I would see it's a bit of a skip there. Had to sort something out, but then again, nothing really major happened. You didn't really miss a whole lot, given that this 4Cs is still alive by turn 8. Wanted to get rid of him by now, so yeah, that's the thing. Now we get the Phoenix active, and still not. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, I have to say. That's a bit annoying, certainly. Again, the trick with the Heartwatcher and the Crown, that worked. Come on. Oh, it's like no damage at all. And I think those guys even have low attacks, not really like they can steal anything, or maybe we can steal something, but then again, he's dead finally. So is our Heartwatcher, and we aren't on turn 11, so that sucks. But she didn't have a Demon Bow, so yeah. Should still work out. I mean, we're now getting rid of the last marks. We will need a full other attempt for that, let's be real about that. But I think the next attempt will look very different, and will be way more damage from our side here. We're already starting to move here, it's going way more smooth. Really getting rid of the 4Cs is the big problem. But yeah, 4.2 E plus 14 is like nothing. The damage is so different every single time. So now we are at 45%. So can we deal 45% with a single attack? And then the other question, is there a better damage dealer for this than our... Oh, we should have put a Demon Bell on our Heartwatcher. That would have been an option. Oh, that was a miss. Honestly, we didn't need that Crown anymore, I think. Okay, that will cost us some damage. Is there a better damage dealer for this? I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, in theory, Ithaca probably, but yeah, like that's another story. Okay, no real incoming damage. So now it's literally about how much damage we can do here. Can we clear? Or is our damage too limited for that? Could probably go back to the Livia. I mean that would probably be an option. Do we need the DGN? Not quite sure about that. What we would have needed would be like a third demon or a demon bell on the Heart Watcher, so we get actives every single round and not every second round, because that quite sucks. Oh, I didn't say anything. The wonderful invisible Vulcan damage that you can, by the way, observe in my most viewed video on my channel. That is definitely live again here. Because, like, there was no attack animation, and I don't think there still is for all of those bullets that he's shooting. It's like this thing comes, and then at one point you just get hit by invisible damage that comes from seemingly nowhere. And that just nukes you. Oh, still looking good. I mean, that's not bad at all. Oh, our LFA is faster here. Maybe that's even good. I don't know. Ooh, some insane damage here on the MFF. Okay, we are now in the realm where big damage is possible. Nice. Do we get a turn 15 active? Maybe if we can get that in a line, or we get another active here. I don't think we get the turn 15 one though. Nah, turn 15 basic. Okay, that sucks. We will skip the next one because there isn't much to do. He still nuked our Heart Watcher. Now, what's my thought about? What are my thoughts about this? So 1.4 E plus 15, pretty decent hit, I would say. What are my thoughts? Well, you most certainly want to get rid of that 4Cs, because that 4Cs will really hurt you. And other than that, it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult. Am I a fan of this? I'm not quite sure. I don't really appreciate 4Cs in there. Such a huge RNG factor. Hard to work around. Probably with the carry we can do better. I don't like the loot. I don't like the loot at all. I think the loot is pretty bad. And especially considering you will need pretty endgame account to reach this. This loot is just nothing. Like, those are 2 rerolls. What do I do with 2 rerolls? I mean, yeah, of course, better than not having 2 rerolls. But yeah, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. We need way bigger sources of dust. I've said it before. I would say it again. I'm not really sure about those monster materials, what I should think about them, because, well, like, if you need to be about my power level to clear that, maybe a little bit lower, and mostly your monsters will look like this. I guess if you're a new whale investing into insane copies, then it will be nice to be able to max your copies easier, and I'm not advertising removing loot from this, but if I had to choose between monster materials where I have millions of and more dust, I would probably tend to say let's get more dust. But then again, I would say it's loot. It's alright. I already heard some voices saying that we should, that the loot should be upgraded. I think that was suggested to the community managers already. I sure hope that they will. Then again, nice to see 2 more stages. One of them being really difficult, the first one not so much. And I think we will spend quite some time optimizing teams against the last one, and I will be happy to show off the best teams if I see one. If you had a big hit, feel free to post that in my Discord, and with that, I wish you guys a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.